what no one tells you about life after 65. Life after 65 offers something truly special. A rare opportunity to look back, make sense of it all, and finally break free from the things that no longer serve us. It's a beautiful season of life where we can start to let go, not just of old habits, but of the weight we've carried for far too long. The pressure to please, the clutter we've collected, the things we once believed would make us happy, they can all begin to fade away. This is when many people discover that real happiness doesn't come from chasing more, it comes from embracing less. True joy often lies in simplicity, not in the status symbols we used to chase or the expectations others placed on us. Stick around until the end of this video. I'll be sharing some powerful tips that can bring peace and clarity to your everyday life and boost your emotional well-being for years to come. Let's start by talking about one of the most freeing shifts that can happen at this age: letting go of social pressure. For much of our lives, we're shaped by what others expect of us, whether it's family, friends, or society at large. We try to be the good son, the dependable friend, the hardworking employee. But in trying to fit those roles, we often set aside our own dreams and desires. After about 65, something changes. We realize that the only person who truly defines our worth is us. And with that realization comes freedom. Freedom from worrying about what others think, freedom from pretending, freedom to be who we really are. Have you ever felt like you were living for others, not yourself? What if that pressure just disappeared? What would you do differently? This moment, right now, could be the start of something freeing. A life lived with more truth, more peace, and a whole lot more joy. And that brings us to something else we can finally release: the heavy load of material possessions. When we're younger, it's easy to believe that happiness is something we can buy: a big house, stylish clothes, or the latest gadgets. We think these things will give us a sense of security and fulfillment, but over time, we begin to see them for what they really are: distractions that weigh us down more than they lift us up. Eventually, we look around and ask ourselves, how much of this do we actually need? Are these things bringing joy, or just extra work, more cleaning, more stress? Life after 65 invites us to clear the clutter, both around us and within us. Letting go of what no longer adds value creates space for calm, for clarity, and for what really matters. A tidy room, a simpler wardrobe, fewer things. These small changes can feel like a breath of fresh air. They allow us to slow down and soak in life's quiet gifts: the warmth of a family meal, a peaceful sunrise, the comfort of stillness. And it's not just our homes we can declutter. Sometimes it's our relationships too. Throughout life, we build connections, some uplifting, others draining. After 65, we earn the right to choose more carefully. We don't have to maintain friendships that feel heavy or forced. We don't need to say yes just to be polite. This isn't about shutting people out. It's about making room for the people who truly matter. Think back to all the times you attended gatherings out of obligation, only to leave feeling tired and disconnected. Now is the time to give yourself full permission to say no, to honor your energy, and to prioritize peace over pressure. This kind of self-care isn't selfish, it's essential. It allows us to invest our time in relationships that feel good, that uplift us, that make life feel fuller and lighter. And as we let go of pressure, we can also let go of the old idea that beauty only belongs to the young. For too long, we've been told to cover the signs of aging, to hide wrinkles, to dye our hair, to fight time. But each line on our face holds a memory. Each gray strand tells a story. This is real beauty, the kind that's earned, not manufactured. True beauty has nothing to do with perfection. It's about confidence, kindness, and authenticity. The most beautiful people are those who bring light into a room, who listen with their hearts, who love without conditions. At this stage of life, we get to redefine what beauty means, and we can finally start seeing it in ourselves. And maybe now is also the moment to rethink the goals we once held on to so tightly. When we were young, we chased big dreams, success, recognition, financial achievement. But as the years pass, those things may no longer feel as important. What matters now might be something simpler: spending quality time with family, learning something new just for fun, or enjoying your morning coffee while the world slowly wakes up. These kinds of goals aren't about proving anything. They're about enjoying the life you've built. Maybe you've always wanted to paint, garden, volunteer, or explore a new place. Now's your time. These new goals don't need to be grand. They just need to feel right for you. And when we focus on what truly brings joy, we free ourselves from the need to compete or compare. Because comparison, that quiet thief of happiness, has taken enough from us already. We've spent too long measuring our lives against others, their careers, their families, their successes. But here's the truth: no two journeys are ever the same. And after 65, we can finally let go of that game. You are not behind. You are not lacking. You are simply on your own path, and that's more than enough. Imagine a life where you no longer worry about how you stack up, and instead you feel grateful for where you are, for what you've lived, for who you've become. Now is the time to live fully for yourself, to breathe deeply, to walk slower, to appreciate every moment, not in comparison with others, but in quiet celebration of your own story. For so many years, we've placed other people's happiness ahead of our own, raising children, meeting deadlines, showing up for friends, doing what's expected. But as we grow older, we begin to see things differently. We realize that our own happiness matters too, not just for ourselves, but for those we love. The truth is, when we feel truly content, when we live in a way that fulfills us, we naturally radiate that joy to others. That's why it's so important to pause and ask yourself, what truly brings me joy? Even the smallest things can light up your day. Maybe it's a walk in the garden, quiet music, a peaceful cup of tea, or finally picking up that forgotten hobby. Now is the time to give space to what makes you feel alive. You deserve it. Prioritize your well-being, care for your health, enjoy the little pleasures without guilt. And if someone sees that as selfish, smile, because choosing joy, choosing peace, is one of the most loving things you can do for yourself and the people you care about. And remember, just because we're older doesn't mean life stops offering new experiences. There's still so much to discover. Always dreamed of learning to paint, play an instrument, or simply write down your thoughts? This is your moment. These new joys keep our hearts young and our minds open. And there's something truly beautiful in slowing down. No need to rush, no pressure. Just the quiet rhythm of a gentle morning, a kind word, or the pages of a good book. In that slowness, life becomes richer. We start noticing what really matters. Happiness isn't a faraway goal. It's already around us in the little things we often overlook. So take your time, feel the moment, let yourself enjoy it fully. If you felt inspired by this message, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and give this video a like. It helps me keep sharing content that brings meaning, peace, and joy into your everyday life.